Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast, episode 199, I think. Hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for
Well,
joining us for another
198.
edition of the show. Oh, we got the date wrong. 198. Somewhere around there where,
Almost 200, but not quite.
yeah, we're edging on 200.
Hell
So,
yeah.
Pause.
um, hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're not in Florida right now. Hurricane looks pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Trying to escape is also pretty bad.
Yeah, so
It's
I've
going to
seen
be
stuff
so
about the evac.
destructive.
Yeah. I'm worried. My boss lives in Tampa and she's not leaving.
That's wild.
Yeah, I
My
know.
great
And
aunt
she,
and my grandma are both coming down on Friday. They're
No, Friday's way too late.
well, they're doing it.
they're waiting until Friday to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they leaving? Is it just for a visit? Like, does it have nothing to do with the hurricane? Oh
I mean, it's like dual action.
no, it's not.
Sure, it is.
They're leaving
Storm's
on
already come
Friday.
by.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. I hope their car starts. I hope their car's
Nah,
there.
they might actually be leaving on Thursday. I can't lie.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
It's gonna
That's
make
also
landfall
after the
Thursday
storm, bruh.
morning or Wednesday night, one of the
Yeah.
two. So
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't really think it through, and my parents tried to tell them. They were like, "Hey, you know that there's a hurricane coming. Y'all probably don't want to be on the road." And they were like, "No, it's probably fine." And we were like, "Okay."
That's crazy.
So, you know, hopefully I still have a great aunt and a grandma after this weekend.
yeah, seriously.
Waffle houses are closing. You know it's bad.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
bad.
Until Dawn Remastered and Silent Hill 2 Remake have both released. I heard Until Dawn dropped with like worse performance than Concord. Is that
That's crazy.
I've read that, but it doesn't include PC sales, which is what Sony mostly wanted out of this.
okay? Fair enough.
Interesting.
And it's a single player game. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Until Dawn's PS5 debut 28% weaker than Sony's Concord.
You can sit on a single player game. Their attempt at a live action game failing the first weekend means there's nowhere for it to drop off at.
True.
Yeah.
Well, Silent Hill 2 I've kind of held off on.
Try not to blink.
Not for any particular reason, but I need to watch some gameplay of it. A couple of YouTubers I watched have already started playing it.
Ooh.
I haven't seen any reviews or anything for it, but I do love.
Overwhelmingly
originals,
positive
so-
on Steam right now.
Okay.
And the few headlines I've seen about it have been pretty glowing.
Very positive, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what the Metacritic's checking in at for Silent Hill 2 Remake. Currently sitting at an 87 Metascore.
Nice.
That's pretty decent.
There are not enough user reviews yet. There's 69 PS5 reviews. Nice. 86 on PC, so seems about the same. The vice president of Google apparently came out and said that explained why they were appealing the Epic Games verdict. Oh, Google blog. Let's see. The Epic Games verdict missed the obvious. Apple and Android clearly compete. We will appeal and ask the courts to pause implementing the remedies to maintain a consistent and safe experience for users and developers as the legal process moves forward.
That's crazy. That wasn't
Dang.
their argument. The whole point of their argument was that Google and Apple don't allow other stores. You can't get like
Yeah, so they're claiming that the changes that Epic requested would put consumers' privacy and security at risk, make it harder for developers to promote their apps, and reduce competition on devices. Even though Apple and
that's
Google
crazy.
actively inhibit competition on their devices.
And are also major data intakers.
Mm.
Like they are the risk.
Damn.
I don't know. I've read recently people were wondering if Microsoft's going to try to sue in the EU Nintendo and Sony for that logic of their shops are closed. Like they're closed ecosystems, and Microsoft wants to run Game Pass on there.
Hmm.
Man, this is a mess. Our appeal will show that Apple and Google compete directly for customers, Google and Apple compete directly for app developers, and Android is open and Google Play is not the only way to get apps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can sideload on Android.
that is true, but I don't know if anybody has tried sideloading on an Android recently. I have.
Pretty difficult.
It's not difficult. It's just cumbersome, and not because it needs to be, because they want to like subconsciously
doing it.
discourage you.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at least in my case, I was sideloading because I was downloading this thing called Revanced, which is basically a spoofed YouTube app that gives you no ads, but gives you the ability to use a YouTube app instead of having to go through a browser.
Yeah.
And you have to download a very specific version of the YouTube APK and then hack it with Revanced. And that was definitely very cumbersome to do.
I'd assume so.
Yeah, that's. Well, I hope you lose, Google.
No, for real.
Because, like, the whole verdict was like, yeah, Epic can not have to, like, can charge through their own store. This is all
but
this is
that
about,
means
right?
Google loses money, Grant. Come on.
Yeah, I don't.
Numbers go down.
Like, I'm confused as to why these points that Google is presenting has anything to do with that. But I guess I don't know. That's why I'm not a judge. F-Zero GP Legend and Japanese exclusive F-Zero Climax are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. This is
Let's
really cool
go.
stuff. Really, I was excited to see this. Love some
Doesn't that
F-Zero
make
content.
it every F-Zero but the GameCube one now?
Yes, I think so.
That's huge.
Yeah. When is the when are they coming? October 11th.
That I don't remember. Oh, so this weekend.
Neat.
Nice.
I'm interested to check out that Climax game. That'll be cool. I've never even heard of that. Nintendo Museum Store is having to restrict items to one per person because of online resellers.
Amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. I wonder, let's, let me read this first. Nintendo Museum also uses your Me for your badge. You get a badge if you go?
You get a badge. What?
Yeah, if you look at the link I posted in the chat, there's a whole thread of things, including the little
That's
badge with
cool.
the me on it.
Wait, that's sick. Honestly, I'm about to go just for that.
It looks like it has the exact time you're allowed into the museum as well.
Oh yeah, you need to show up between 11:30 and 12. Okay. That's cool. Let me go to eBay real quick and just search Nintendo Museum plush
While you're
and
doing
see
that,
what we get.
some of the other things that were there
Oh my
had
god.
how much?
Famicom 290, Wii 290,
Oh,
Super Famicom 270, Super Famicom and
Damn.
Wii combined 550, N64 340, Famicom 290, Famicom 387, Super Famicom 387, Famicom 274, Super Famicom Wii
That's
550.
crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Dude, it ain't even that much to get in. Wha- did y'all see? I know I sent it to Cooper. They have a Kirby vending machine
True.
Yeah, that looks
and
just like
Game
the
Boy
Kirby from
cartridge
the
lockers.
yeah, it looks just like from the game too.
Forgotten Land. Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely
Game
super
Boy
cool.
cartridge
so peak.
lockers is awesome. I want to go to this so badly.
It's our promised land.
Nintendo, put
Mm,
one
no,
in
literally.
Florida.
Yeah,
I think
duplicate
they're
all
smarter
your
than
all
that.
your items. All your
They
collector
have
items.
enough. They have enough that they could do it. Because for the most part, it's just games, which, I mean, grab it from the shelf. It's not like they're doing anything like super uh crazy with most of the stuff. 'Cause I don't even. I think from what people have said, the uh, what is it? The Gulf War Game Boy that they took from Nintendo New York is not there, so we don't know where that is.
Interesting, because everybody assumed that's where it was going. They plan to open one in America. Put it in Florida. Stop putting it in New York.
Okay, so you have to reserve a slot to get in. I'm reading a bunch of the
Makes sense.
replies. You have to reserve a slot. You can't reserve it earlier than like 2 or 3 months in advance.
Dang.
We're right about that time slot of entry on the card is like that's when you are allowed in. Um,
Yeah.
I found a complete set of the 4 plushies that they're selling, which is Famicom, Super Famicom, N64, and Wii, for $1,300.
Dude, that's what I make in a week.
They also have
The Cameron
keychains
can
of all their
afford it.
consoles that looks pretty cool. Someone's selling a Game Boy Advance and GameCube keychain set for $88.
Oh, that's cool.
An original
That's really
DS
cool.
keychain for $51.
Yep.
A baseball cap with a badge on it that has Mario and NES Famicom controllers and the Ultra Hand. It just looks like I guess that's what the badge they're using for the museum. You could buy it on a hat for
Mhm.
110.
Nice.
That is pretty huge.
There's a set of all 7 keychains for $300.
It's so expensive.
Oh, you can get a Virtual Boy controller keychain?
That's sick.
Someone's reselling that for 56.
Somebody tell me if it'll load. Somebody tell me what game is next to uh uh that almost looks like Wii Sports Resort, but that can't be right. Is it? What's the game next to it? Because I think because the pilot game, but I don't know what the game next to it is. But it also has Mii's.
I have no
It
idea.
looks like.
The more I scroll down this eBay listing, the
Zone
more
is
interesting things I
in-
find.
We Play Motion.
The first one's We Play Motion.
The picture you asked about is We Play Motion.
What's the one next to it?
Pilots?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There
That's we-
is a reprint of the original Ultra Hand you can get, like in box.
What?
It's like a
That's
replica,
crazy.
like they made it again with the box and everything. You can get it.
Dude.
It's the actual
That's
toy.
really-
That-
all out.
That is very Nintendo, honestly.
$160 from this guy, from this
That's
dunce.
insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. The prices are just nuts.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it'd just be cheaper to go yourself. You know what I mean?
It actually would, assuming you can actually get the stuff.
So they make two sets of keychains. They make a pre-2000 set and a post-2000 set. So the pre-2000 one is the Famicom NES, SNES, Virtual Boy, Game Boy, and N64. And the post-2000 set is the other ones I already mentioned. And you can buy the set, each one. Oh, the DS keychain opens? Dude, that's so cool.
Dude, I know it's not the light, but damn, I want the DS Fat one. That one looks just so stupid.
Oh,
I
they've got
want
the
it.
Wii U gamepad, bro.
Alex
Yeah,
needs it.
the post 2000 set is Game Boy, GameCube, DS, Wii, 3DS, Wii U, and Switch.
Wait, what is this? Keychains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each one looks like they're the size of probably a couple postage stamps put side by side.
That's fine. The bigger problem is I can't put them on my keys because then I wear everything out so quickly.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but I
mean,
just want it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put these on my actual keys, bro. I'd be hanging them
No,
around.
this would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Who
definitely.
puts key stuff on their keychains on their keys? Who does that?
I don't anymore because it ruins it.
I was gonna say,
I've got one each, and they're both like a Honda thing, but they're not like hard plastic. It's like a cloth thing, and I got them on AliExpress.
Dude, that Game Boy Advance though. That's
Yeah,
tempting.
this is really cool stuff.
There's just so many, and it's a bunch of stupid shit, but like I want it. It's my type of stupid shit.
Yeah, I would. I think Alex was onto something about the N64 controller being like one of those like cuddle controllers, cuddle pillows. Like you could put your arm under it. That'd probably be pretty banging. I definitely would want the Super Famicom one though if I had the choice. That'd be so great to put on a game room couch. It's perfect couch
Right?
pillow. Although now that I'm thinking about it, like I would definitely buy one if we went to Japan, but how are we gonna get it back?
Yeah, that's more what I've been
okay,
thinking about.
okay.
oh yeah.
I actually have an idea for that. So when I was on the Magic with Chelsea in January, and we were talking to those cast members, the guy mentioned that he packed extra suitcases in his suitcase so that he just
Fuck.
had them. So we
Ye-
just stuff the pillows into the secondary suitcase.
Yeah, I that was my thought. I was like, what if I just buy a suitcase in Japan and then fill that up with all the shit that I buy, and on top
Just
of
bring
that,
it
if
on
we
as
get
a
the
carry-on or
the
something?
pillow,
Yeah.
the pillow's like extra cushioning. So like
True.
you get a couple of
Exactly.
the plushies, and then you can put all the games and stuff you buy in between the plushies in the suitcase, so that way you don't have to worry about it being checked baggage.
Mhm. Look, we got it figured out. We just got to be able to figure out the money situations so we can afford to go.
Yeah, I know. All right. According to Sonic Team's producer Shun Nakamura, Shadow's story will be about the same length as Sonic Generations.
Yes. But roughly 6 hours.
Doubling the length of the game.
So full size game.
Yeah.
Basically, what we all kind of assumed, isn't it?
I mean,
So yeah.
the
Is it-
original
is-
game was sold for, I think, 50 when Sonic Generations came out. So
Is it
this
supposed to be
literally-
like a whole new game, or is it just a
Yeah.
DLC?
No, it's a whole new game. So you're getting Sonic Generations, the 10-year-old game,
Yeah,
but you're also getting the brand new game Shadow Generations
oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
for 50.
That is sick.
Let's see. Second episode of Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, Dark Beginnings, is also live now.
Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Let's see. The Switch emulator Ryujin is shut down. Now that sounds like a new name. Is that the one
No,
that?
it's been out. Rejunix and Yuzu were the two competing against each other.
So this is the one where the guy got bought
Yuzu-
out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yuzu was the one that wanted to be better than the Switch, and Ryuju wanted to replicate the Switch. Exactly.
It's interesting though that I had looked a little more into this because of the wording when it originally happened. Like it wasn't a cease and desist. In all likelihood, Nintendo went to the owner of it with a fat stack of cash and said, "Take this money and stop." And he did.
Or we'll
Probably.
take you to court.
Well, they didn't have anything
Yeah.
to take him to court on, I don't think.
It wouldn't be like
Based
copyright infringement, or
well, Yuzu was.
oh, okay.
But based on the structure of this emulator, it was technically legal. So Nintendo was
It was
like,
trying to be
okay,
better or something.
Well,
Well, they're
the
like-
bigger thing that prevented just taking them to court, and because Nintendo, companies don't care if they lose, they'll take you to court anyways. He's in Brazil was the thing that would
Mm.
prevent that.
well, there you
Yeah,
But
go.
they
that's
still showed up to his door anyways. So
Yeah, but since the legal route would have been assumingly difficult, they're just like, here, take. I mean, who knows what? It probably
you
wasn't.
sell us the emulator, and we will.
Don't
Yeah,
sue
it
you
was.
into the ground.
It was probably like 300,000 ish, somewhere around there, at most. Just like enough to here, we'll buy this from you, but you have to
It would not
waive all
surprise
rights
me
to that.
Hey,
if,
all that
like,
free work
10
you've
years down the
done,
road.
we'll pay you for it, and
Just
you don't have to do it anymore. Just sell us the emulator.
It will not surprise me if we see someone hack a official Nintendo Switch emulator later down the road, and it has a lot of the same
What do you
file
mean?
structures and whatnot.
They own 2 emulators now.
Hmm.
Even if they don't use them, they've got 2 bases for future Switch emulators now.
I mean, yeah. There definitely will be more Switch emulators too in the future. I mean, you can only stop
Oh,
it
yeah.
for so
Especially
long.
when Switch
No
2
way.
comes out, no one was gonna want to pay that much.
See, the big thing is that's going to stop it for a while is it takes a lot to have the talent, and they took away a lot of the talent now.
That's fair.
Well, for now, yeah, it's like, and I don't even think it's gonna be like when the Switch 2 comes out that's gonna happen again. I think it's more like when the Switch becomes the previous thing, like when Nintendo's current platform becomes something that is not associated with the Switch.
Yeah.
And if it still is associated with the Switch, like if they keep that moniker, then it's gonna have to be at least, I think, probably 2 generations. If they were switching to something entirely different, this further upcoming thing, then I would be willing to bet that it would become a lot quicker. But since they're not, I don't know about
I don't
that.
think we'll see
Mhm.
something a Switch emulator during the Switch 2. Oh no, I'm wrong on that. We'll see one because someone will attempt it. I think they'll do something wrong
Yeah.
and get shut down though.
They'll definitely do something wrong and get shut down.
Probably.
Go on their Yuzu, go on their Discord and share pirated games.
Because
Mhm.
I think I
Let's
mentioned this in
go.
the chat. Like, CMU, the Wii U emulator, used to suck and be really hard to use. But now it's a joke to set up, and it's because Nintendo doesn't
Yeah.
care anymore. It's really easy to do. No one's really looking at it. It's just available. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if he
Because
jumped
Nintendo
on
doesn't
and
really care
joined
about
the
the Wii
next
U
Switch
anymore.
2 emulator, they would shut down, and they shut down that one, they would shut down the Wii U one. Because that's what happened with, what's the 3DS emulator called?
I have no idea. I can't imagine playing 3DS games on anything but a 3DS.
Yeah. It's the same. Like it's the
Citra.
same way.
The Citra emulator
Hmm.
got shut down because the Yuzu team was the one who made that.
Oopsie. So it's the same idea as playing on a Wii U or emulating a Wii U. It just there's something about the dual screen effect where it's like,
Wii U emulation
quite
only
right.
is good for Wii U games that don't utilize it. Breath of the Wild,
Mhm.
Tropical Freeze, Mario. Anyway, Mario and Luigi Brothership get new pre-order bonuses. Best Buy has a pen set. GameStop has an acrylic keychain set. Target has a magnetic photo frame set, and the United Kingdom gets steelbooks like actual people. So that's cool. I don't know why Target likes doing those photo frame sets. They've done that a couple times now.
They're
Yeah.
nice and cheap.
And
True.
isn't it like shareable pins or something they called it?
Yeah,
They did
they
call
call
it
them all
shareable.
shareable because of Mario and
I'm like,
Luigi.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll share with myself.
That was crazy.
That is wild.
I'd share the pins. I'm not sharing the game though.
True.
True.
And also if you've already pre-ordered the game, or they will retroactively apply the bonus, even though on the promotion it says that the offer didn't start until yesterday. I did get an email from Best Buy this morning that was like, "Hey, we noticed you already pre-ordered this, so we're gonna give this to you anyway."
That's sick.
Wait, what was this?
Um,
For his Best Buy
I already pre-ordered the game because I got
Mario.
those gift cards from work. So
Oh, yes,
I
yes.
pre-ordered a
Oh.
bunch of stuff, and this game was one of those.
I need to get on that.
Red Dead Redemption is finally coming to PC. And Undead
Oh, yeah?
Nightmare as well. October 29th. You'd love to see it.
That's because they've got to kill Horizon.
Horizon.
Zero Dawn's
Oh,
remake. Like, anytime Horizon Zero Dawn gets a release, all of a sudden, like, big games
yeah, Red Dead
come and
Redemption
squash
falls.
it. Not like
Uh,
October wasn't busy enough. It's just really funny that Red Dead Redemption went. By the way,
yeah. Well, I mean, people have been asking for that for quite a while. It was weird that like the original RDR was not on PC
But
all this
RDR2
time.
was.
Yeah. Nintendo Switch modder who refused to shut down now takes to court against Nintendo without a lawyer. Oh, I love the
Interesting.
balls. I love the balls.
R.I.P.
You
my
know?
boy. R.I.P.
Dude.
my boy.
I really hope he opens it with, Your Honor, have you ever heard of Bleem? That's right. Case dismissed.
Your Honor, I am based and red pilled. Dude, yeah, that's like David against Goliath. I love the balls. Let's see what he got. Nintendo filed a lawsuit against modded hardware in July, alleged. I guess that's the group or person name, alleging it quote not only offers the hardware and firmware to create and play pirated games, but also provides customers with copies of pirated Nintendo games.
Don't finish reading.
Nintendo and Dolly were no strangers at the time. I guess that's the person himself. In
Yeah.
March, Nintendo threatened Dolly with a lawsuit. Both parties agreed that the allegedly unlawful activity, which includes selling MiG devices and modded consoles, would stop.
So he's already fucked. He already agreed that what he was doing was
Oh.
wrong. And now he's like, no lawyer. He's gonna show up and be like, Your Honor, pirating Nintendo games is a legal and moral right. Like anything you see on like Reddit threads and 4chan in regards to
I think the only things that screwed him over is, one, he already said he would stop and he didn't. What are you gonna do? Two, the argument in the first bullet point is only important because he's offering copies of pirated Nintendo games. Sure, like offering hardware and firmware to create pirated games is not really illegal because that same hardware is also used as an argument to back up your personal game collection. So you can argue that in court, but as soon as you start selling
With a
copies of
lawyer.
the
Yeah,
game,
as soon as you start selling pirated copies, that's
yeah,
kind of
now, what are you gonna do? Because
a
you
lawyer
can
could
buy.
argue
I've
it.
actually been looking at some hardware to rip ROMs and save files off of SNES games and like N64 games and stuff because I want to be able to back up that save data.
I thought your thing could already do that.
My Super NT can rip SNES games, but this can also do like Game Boy and Game Boy Advance and Sega Genesis and a bunch of stuff. But that's besides the point. So like hardware like that is really no different than a MiG. If you take it as like I'm using this to back up my personal game collection, but you can't be selling the games. That's yeah, he's cooked.
But I just want him to go in with like all of the PC Master Race and stuff like that jargon of I should be allowed to do this because Nintendo
Because I'm based
won't
in
sell-
Redfield. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
It will
it
just
would
be
be like
really
that
funny.
that
let me
guy
do this because
that went
Nintendo has
on
too much money.
Fox News from Reddit, like r/anti work.
Yeah, the dog walker.
Yeah, when that guy went on the news, and it would literally be watching something similar to that, I think. Let's see. Additional content for F-Zero 99 is now available for NSO members. Important note about the new tracks. They are from the Japanese exclusive BS F-Zero from the Satellaview.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ooh.
F-Zero Satellaview tracks.
Satellaview.
These
Okay.
tracks were never made readily available outside of the Satellaview in Japan. So for those looking for more F-Zero, I highly recommend checking them out. That
I want
is
to
goated.
say this is the second thing from the Satellaview to ever be released off of the Satellaview, but I don't remember what the first. Oh no! Oh, I've got it. I know what it is. They put stuff from Fire Emblem, BS, the Satellaview game. They put that in New Mysteries of the Emblem when they remade the first game for the DS. So that's the only two times they've done it.
That's interesting. Yeah, that was a big appeal of my flash cart that I got for my SNES. It was like I want to be able to try out all this Satellaview junk.
It's like why am I even flashcarding this if I can't get the cool shit?
Yeah.
I hope we'll see more Satellaview stuff.
Yeah, officially.
It's
Anyway.
like the e-reader cards being available just to play for Mario 3. on NSO.
True, but there's some cool Satellaview stuff that, like, I would hope they would remake it completely, but the Satellaview had a Famicom Detective Club game.
Hmm.
There are 4 games in the series, 3 are on the Switch, and it's only the Satellaview one that's not.
Very painful.
All right, on to Collector's Corner, the weekly segment where we
Let's
talk about the games we've
go.
been playing, the games we've been buying, good mistakes, bad
Bad
mistakes,
mistakes.
somewhere in between mistakes, all the mistakes. Spin the wheel. What we got? Who's up first? Damn, bro, Cameron's up again.
Damn.
I
Week
hate myself,
ruined.
bro.
The law of averages do be averaging.
So true. So true. All right. So I system. I well, okay, almost. I didn't do some of the dream missions all the way. I just got the check mark for them instead of
You
getting
cut out
the
when you
special
said the
time.
game a few seconds ago. What was the
Ah,
Said
game?
fucking
Echoes of
hell, man.
Wisdom.
Oh,
Echoes
Echoes
of
of
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay.
Shoddy Wi-Fi in the corner of the basement. Awesome. Yeah. So, 100% at Echoes of Wisdom minus the dream missions, because there's no reason to get the bonus time other than for the sake of doing so. And why? Why am I going to waste time on that? I don't. There's nothing locked behind it that I would need because all the stuff they give you is right up front. So 100% of it. Got all the hearts. Got all the collectibles. Very much enjoyed it. Highly recommend. Let's see. I also finished Miles Edgeworth at Investigations.
Nice.
So I've moved on to Prosecutor's Gambit. I'm almost done with the first case, I think. But I wasn't able to play yesterday because we spent the whole damn afternoon driving home.
Yes.
Because I saw that Cat 5 hit and I said, no, we
We're
should
leaving.
leave.
Yeah, we're leaving.
I'm like, I ain't playing with that. I don't care how coy some people want to play it. It's a fucking Cat 5
It's
hurricane.
Cat 5.
And it was, and that was after a couple of hours of it being, because it wasn't even supposed to hit Cat 5. It hit Cat 5 a couple hours
Wasn't there-
after the last update. So I'm like, no, we gotta go.
Wasn't
Yeah.
there talks of Sorry.
You go ahead.
Wasn't there talks of Cat 6 as well, or am I just...
That's a meme.
No, that's
Yeah,
not a thing.
yeah. Cat 6 does not exist.
Okay, I was
So,
gonna say...
Yet.
a meteorologist.
Yes,
Hold on.
yeah.
No, there are meteorologists who have commented on this meme, and they said there's no reason for a category 6 because category 5 already means total destruction. This will just cause people to think less of category 3 and 4, which are also basically total destruction.
Yeah, a Cat 3 qualifies as a major hurricane. Cat 6 would only exist if climate change gets so bad that
we have to.
hurricanes somehow can go faster than a Cat 5 qualification.
Yeah, this one's already
Cat-
going almost its max speed, right?
Yes, at
Yeah,
least for the
yesterday.
Gulf.
So
For the Gulf.
it's weakening because it's getting bigger. Weakening is kind of a misnomer. It's not really getting weaker, it's just getting bigger.
It's
So
So it's slowing
statistically
down
it's
because
getting weaker, but as a example,
Not-
Hurricane
like,
Katrina did the same
marginally.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad way. It's bad to call it weakening when it's not really weakening.
Yeah, it's just morphing. And I saw some meteorologists say that like we were yesterday when it was peaking, um, that like it was nearing the mathematical limit of what a hurricane could do given the atmospheric conditions and like the temperature of the water in the Gulf. They're like it dropped below 900 millibars upper low, which there's only a handful of hurricanes that have done that
I
since we
think it's
started
number
recording that.
4 now.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how powerful this storm is getting, especially being in the Gulf. So yeah, we fucking dipped. Um, I'm
That's fair.
hoping that our apartment is still standing because we had to leave a lot of shit,
That would be kind of expensive.
including our PS5s. But you know,
Oh,
we're alive.
fake gamer,
It-
you left your consoles.
no, we
I
have all
tried
the
to
switches.
bring them.
Fake gamer.
We have all the switches. There's only so much room in Chelsea's car.
Yeah.
Because I
I
wasn't
mean,
gonna try
look,
to
you
take
can
my car
strap
home.
yourself to the roof as long as the electronics come.
That's crazy. Let's see what else. Played. I played Download Station. I played a little bit of Epic Mickey. I had started a new game plus because for whatever reason, while I was downloading Download Station for this week, my PS5 decided that it did not want to download the 500 megabyte game. So it was just like
Ooh.
the last 30 megabytes or something. It was just like, I don't know how to work with that. So I started playing Epic Mickey, and I was like, why the fuck is that not working? It should be done by now. So I had to reset the console. That was fun.
Cool.
Helped Alex with some Final Fantasy stuff. And I don't know how long I'm gonna play it, but I did start Disney Pixel RPG on mobile since that released yesterday. I
How
started
is
that
it?
very mobily. It it's like an old school RPG almost,
Not as
but
good.
like
But
not
mobile and
as
shitty.
good,
Yeah, I
mobile
was
and
gonna say,
shitty.
watered down.
Essentially, I don't even fully follow it, I guess. Um, like okay, take Fire Emblem Heroes for example, right? Like obviously it's Nintendo, so they're gonna be nicer to you anyways. But like you were able to finish the first, few chapters or whatever, no problem. It was not, uh, oh, you didn't summon, uh, fucking Marth, the Hero King, um, as your first summon. You're not gonna be able to play until you pay up, right? But like even like okay, so uh the first story is Sleeping Beauty, right? And even with summoning Aurora, I'm still having trouble. So I'm like, uh, if I don't start winning some battles, this game is gonna lose my interest very quickly. Um, let's see. Did I play anything? Oh, I downloaded Phasmophobia on my laptop. Surprisingly, it works, and I play with Grandma.
Yeah, you did.
So, yeah. Oh, and Josh too. Yeah. So we had a good time there. I think that's everything.
Well, all right then. Spin the wheel.
Huge. Pretty crazy week.
Cooper, you're up. What was crazy about
Let's
your week?
go. So I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep right now.
And he had 2 tests.
Attitude test. I did good. I did good enough. I got 98 on my business communications test today. I'm waiting on math right now. It's the same one. I have 104 overall right now, but I don't know, man.
We should get more sleep.
I don't think I got all the bonus questions right, and I'm kind of upset because I should have got them all
You
right.
should be.
I know.
Yeah, you should have gotten more sleep.
No,
No.
I mean we kept
Okay.
Kyle up till like 5 in the morning. Me and Barrett.
Yeah, y'all got me up till 5 in the morning, and y'all kept yourselves up till 7:30.
Man, he's hater.
We're all hating.
I am a
actually.
hater. I am a hater, bro. I was literally gonna be in bed by freaking 3, which was already way later than I wanted to be up. And then they used freaking labyrinthine against me because they're buttholes.
Yeah, we did do that. We played a lot of labyrinthine. I've been playing a lot with Kyle and Barrett. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I played a little bit of the game of the week, and then Cameron took it over because I'm trash. We'll dip more into that in a sec. I really haven't been doing a lot, honestly. I didn't really play anything on my Switch. I didn't play much of anything. Oh, I played a little Among Us. The Halloween event's out. That's pretty goated. It's the same stuff as last year, but they got a new thing. They brought back the 2019 cosmetics. You can get them all for 2,000 beans, which is pretty cool. So like now new people can get the old stuff.
But they also said they weren't sure it would come back.
Yeah, they said it may never come back, and it's like, okay, that's awesome. But it's free, so if it takes about 20 rounds of Among Us to get it, so it's really not that bad a deal.
20 rounds of Among Us is a lot more than you think
Yeah, it is a
buddy.
lot.
Yeah, I'm out.
You
Dang.
can,
I mean, to be fair,
You
I was
can
out
also-
already, but 20
At the
rounds?
rounds.
Among Us, yeah, but 20 rounds, yeah, I guess that is kind of hard to. Let's see. Did we play Mysterium? No.
yes,
we did
no,
not.
you played the other game, Sanctum,
We played what?
the maze game.
Oh, Labyrinthine, yeah. It might have been it for real.
We said
Oh,
that already.
Deadlock, dude.
Oh yeah, I did get him to start playing some Deadlock.
Deadlock's fun, bro. I can't lie. It's like the only MOBA I'll probably ever play. It's actually pretty fun though.
Yeah, Deadlock is pretty good.
I can't lie. And that's pretty much it. Nothing really at all. Pretty chill though.
Alrighty, spin the wheel again. Alex, you're up.
Let's go. Okay. I beat and completed Echoes of Wisdom. You did
Very
everything you
nice.
could do. And then after I beat it, I went and beat Hi-Fi Rush.
Wow.
Yeah. I played the game of the week for a bit, so I did play it. I played a little bit of Vampire Survivors, a little bit of Another Code Recollection. Like, I was trying to figure out what to play, so it's kind of all over the place.
Just bouncing around, yeah.
Yeah, Before the Storm, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Hogwarts Legacy. So I was kind of all over the place after I beat both of those, because I was like, what do I do now? I beat 2 games.
Oh yeah.
And then we got in a car ride, and I was so tired that I didn't play anything in the car ride.
Well, alright then. Spin the wheel again. That was quick. We're moving through this.
We are indeed.
Well, time to slow it down. I'm up. Okay, so where do I start? I sold my Sega Saturn and Sega Genesis. They are gone.
Oh, interesting.
What, you sell them together?
Yes. I tried to
the
sell
only
them
way
on
you could probably
Facebook
change that.
Marketplace. Did not have any luck. Got a bunch of people that were messaging me and they were send,
Then
"Hey, is this
ghosted.
available?" And then I'd say, "Yeah," and that will be it. And then I add one guy asked me if it was available. I said yes. He said, "Cool, I'll take it." I said, "All right." And then he said, "Actually, can you take this amount of money off so I can get gas to come get it?" And I was like, "No." Like you already said you would take it at that price. Also, I was selling it pretty fair. But anyway, didn't get it. So I took it to my game store because I figured I'd waited long enough, reasonably. And he gave me a good deal. I got $20 less than what I was trying to get for it in store credit.
Nice.
And it would have been about $70 less if I took in the cash. But so I did that, and in exchange, I got this stuff, and $35. I got Pilotwing 64. I got Skyrim for Switch because I've wanted that for forever, but I always only ever see it at full price, and he had it for like $30. Sold.
Sick.
I
I
got.
don't know how well Skyrim on Switch would run though. That seems kind of.
It came out quite a while ago. It seems fine. I mean, it's
Does it
probably a lot
Yeah,
like
it's a PS3 game. It should be no problem.
yeah.
Unless
True.
the devs were doing something wrong.
I never heard any complaints about it. I think they did a pretty good job with Skyrim.
The port.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
I mean, it's
I
like
want to
5
say I think
hours
it might have
long
been the
game,
same
so-
people that did Doom, the Doom port.
Okay.
Oh, for real? Okay, so it's actually pretty good.
Well, that,
then.
I would say that one was pretty good. So.
Yeah. I finally got a complete original print Ocarina of Time 3D for 3DS with the manual and everything.
Nice.
I've been looking for this forever. I've had the game as a cartridge for forever, but I could never find the original non-selects version with the manual and everything in it. And I didn't really care that much to find it online because I already had the game. So I kept it as one of those things in my head where I was like, this is something I'm always going to look for in a game store because I keep like a list of things that I try to hunt to keep it fun. I found
Yeah.
that. So that's really awesome. Now I've got to sell that other cartridge. But yeah, great condition. The full manual. I was super excited to see that. I got Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World for 3DS.
Nice.
And the big one, I got Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright on 3DS.
That's huge.
Yo,
Wow.
Yeah, they had this one. It was a pretty good price. It was, I think, like $30 under what it goes for right now. So I said screw it because it's all kind of free money to me anyway. So yeah, I got all that stuff, and the rest I got in cash. I got my Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster on PS4 today. That dropped today.
Hell yeah.
Or the reprints anyway.
oh yes, the collectors, the ones that say collectors, or anniversary edition across the box.
Yeah. I've been working on my controller storage project. I've been getting pretty serious into that, and I've got some good results to show now. So here's one of my vertical stands that I printed.
That's sick.
It's all
Dude.
super modular. You can see from the side.
Oh,
So like each piece, so the base is one piece, this part is another piece that stacks, and each one of these controller things are individually printed. So you can pick the controller you want to put at each position and print the holder for that and stick it on there.
That's cool.
And if you want to
That's
change it, it's
sick.
modular, so you remove it and you can pass it around. And I've got a second one I'm working on that shows the mechanics behind a little bit. I got my DualSense on the bottom there, but it's got like these little nubs and you can sit these controller things. That's where you go. Theoretically, you can go infinite. You could go as tall as you want. So
Yeah.
I've been very diligent about printing stuff. So I've got that.
Yeah, make it as tall as your bookcase.
Next thing, I feel like
Dude,
you
put-
need to make it like too wide. Like you can have like
Well,
controller.
So those two stands
yeah.
are for under the TV for controllers that need to be charged.
Yeah.
I'm also building a horizontal grid because you can also do this horizontally.
Yeah.
For controllers that do not need to be charged. It's going to go on the bookshelf off camera.
See,
So, and it's the same modular kind of grid thing. You print these little connector pieces that snap in on the bottom, and you can change the
Yeah.
length to make sure they fit, and you can build like cable caddies to hold cables and stuff. So I've got two GameCube ones here. This one holds SNES. This is N64. And I've got files to do as much as I want. So I'm planning to do a grid horizontal on the game shelf or on the top of the bookcase. And then at the back, you can attach the horizontal piece to the vertical pieces. So I'm going to print another vertical set and put them in the back and make it like an L-shaped grid that has a back
For
wall.
Luigi.
So it's going to have a bunch of it's going to be a really clean looking controller setup of like a 3x4 grid on the bottom and then another like 2x3 grid on the top.
dude, that's sick. I think honestly, you get the vertical controller stand next to your games that are stacked horizontally. That's peak.
So
That's crazy.
that's been the project I've been pounding out. I've gone through almost 2 pounds of plastic over the past week, I think, printing all this stuff. But yeah, it's the best. I spent like $6 on this file set. It's the best $6 I've spent. This stuff is about to look so clean. It just takes so long to print everything, but I'm
Yeah.
making
Oh,
good
yeah.
progress.
Isn't that a lot of 3D printer stuff though? It just takes forever.
It takes a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this stuff is designed to print at a pretty thick layer height, and it doesn't need any supports, and the infill is pretty small, like the amount of material that is actually used to fill the inside of it.
Nice.
So the inside is only 10% filled, and the layer height is
Hmm.
0.2 millimeters, which is classified as a draft layer height because it's a little rougher. But it actually prints super well for what it is, so I don't feel a need to print any thinner than that. And the thicker your layer height, the less layers you need, the quicker it prints. Same with the infill. The less plastic you have to put in there, the less plastic you use, the less lines you have to draw, the quicker you print. So these all print pretty quickly. The problem is I have a lot of fucking controllers. So I have to print like 30 things.
Is there a Wii remote one?
Yes, actually I didn't grab that one. I have one made though. Here's my Wii remote one. It actually holds a Wii remote and a nunchuck. It's designed to
Yeah.
be perfectly sized to where you can wrap the controller or the nunchuck cable around the back, and it perfectly lines up with this little hook right here that grabs the plug. It's like perfectly wide enough to make that line up. The dude that made this file set put a decent amount of effort into it. It's very high quality. It doesn't perfectly hold the Wiimote with a jacket on it. It's designed to just hold the straight Wiimote, but it does still fit well enough with the jacket on it, so I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I've got to do that. I've got to print a bunch more, and also like the GameCube ones, the cable holder is a separate part that I have to print, and you have to print a bunch of those little connector pieces. So it's taken a while, but I'm pretty diligent about it, and I can get like, I don't know, I think 3 big parts done in a day if I'm on top of it. So yeah, hopefully within 2 or 3 weeks here, I'm gonna have a really, really, really sick controller grid to show you guys. Now, in terms of games I've been playing, I played Inscription. I played Cameron. What are we? Phasmophobia. I played that.
Phasmophobia.
I played some Zelda. I've gotten through the second dungeon. I did realize that I was complaining a bunch about the performance issues last week. I think this game has the same issue that Link's Awakening's remake does, where if you go to sleep with the game running and then turn the console back on, it's gonna run a lot worse than if you boot it up from scratch. Like if you close the game out and restart it. Link's Awakening had this issue, and it hit me eventually when like the day after the show last week. I ran the game and after I had closed it out, and I barely had any performance problems. They were still there, but they were not so frequent like I was complaining about last week, and that was because last week I had put it to sleep a couple times during it. So I think that helps a lot.
Nice.
I've gotten back into Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door because I'm like 60%, 70% of the way through that game. I need to finish it. I played. Oh, I've played a lot of Earthbound. Earthbound's kind of pulled me in for the first time. I've never really gotten into it that much before, but I finally have now.
It's a fun game when you give it the time.
Yeah, I was
No, for
impatient
real.
at first because I kept dying so much.
Yeah.
But as soon as I
Yeah.
realized that like you just need a level or two, and all of a sudden everything gets way better, and figuring out the mechanics a little bit, just forcing myself through that first like 90 minutes really helped because now I'm pretty addicted to it. It is quite fun. I can see why it's
It's a
so
good
expensive.
game, yeah.
So
It really. So it has kind of a level jump at the beginning, and that's not too bad. But the real problem is the level jump for the final boss.
mm.
Mm.
Well, I'm a long way from that.
Yeah.
But so far it's now that I've gotten to that first little bit, I've played a very large amount of it. And I just love it. The writing and interactions and stuff is pretty cool. Um, so yeah, that's been distracting me from both Paper Mario and Zelda is randomly getting pulled into that. Played a little bit of Mega Man X.
Fun.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of that?
Oh, Mega Man! I've only played Mega Man X1, but Mega Man X is a great Super Nintendo game. I do have a card of it. I was playing it because I have the collection on Switch, just a random
You play as.
need.
Do you
But
play as Zero on that one? No, you play as X, but Zero's in it.
yeah, correct. Yeah, it is a fantastic Mega Man game, and I highly recommend it. I think that's about everything. It's mostly just been Earthbound and Zelda and Paper Mario, and this 3D printing mess.
Heck yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
that's everything. Good lord, I'm sorry. Kyle, finish
No,
us
you're
out.
good. Let's go, Kyle.
Honestly, I don't really have a ton. The majority of my time playing games this week has been spent with Cooper and Barrett playing either Deadlock or um Labyrinthine. I played a
We're doing.
little bit of Peglin. I played a fair amount of Risk of Rain too, um, but not a ton. Um, what else did I do? I oh, I know. There was a purchase that is pending. I don't know if I'm actually going to purchase it yet, but on AliExpress there is a um, handheld device thing that can play like a whole bunch of older handheld games off of, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS, like all those. And chief among those that I want to be able to play on there is the Pokemon games, because as much as I admire you for going out and seeking all of the actual copies of the Pokemon games, Grant, there's no way in hell I'm doing that.
Yeah, I got no judgment for you
So
there, boss.
yeah, so
I
it's
looked
like
into
30
most of those
bucks.
games for $70 on Facebook Marketplace before COVID. So,
Yeah.
yeah, don't recommend unless you
Yeah.
can find a deal like that. I highly do not recommend
Yeah.
trying to do that.
Yeah, so it's like 30 bucks and it's all digital download games. You can get not only like all of the Pokemon games, but like a ton of other games as well. And I am strongly considering it because it's like 30 bucks. And that's definitely, to me, that's definitely worth it, especially if it like doesn't fully work, but it at least lets me play the Pokemon games a little bit. You know, I can always find something better. But I would really not, because I also, we got rid of the Game Boys and Game Boy Advances, like all of the ones that we had, we got rid of. Um, so I don't have one anymore, unfortunately.
Bro,
But
I know it's a tall entry point, but Analog Pocket could solve a lot of your problems.
what is that?
It is
I've never heard of that before.
basically a fake Game Boy made by somebody that really, really cares about authentic play. It's $200, I think. It's got a 1440p screen that's like 5 inches diagonally. It's so small, but it's a perfect 10x scale of Game Boy games. It's got a cart slot, so you can put actual Game Boy and Game Boy Advance carts in it.
Yeah.
But you can also just put an SD card in it with a bunch of ROMs and run it
So
super authentically. It's got all the
The one that-
controls. It's got screen modes to make it look like a Game Boy or a Game Boy Advance. Multiple models of each, I might add. And there's also a dock you can get to plug it into your TV and use 8-bit Duke controllers if you want. It's a tall entry point, but
I'm looking at it right now. It looks very, very cool. I also like the one that I was actually looking at is called the R36S. Have you heard of
no,
that
I mean
before?
there's a million
I mean, yeah,
retro
that's true.
handheld. Analog Pocket is like very bougie, I have to admit. It's made for people that care about authenticity, but
Can you play like what all can you play on it? Just like only Game Boy games
uh,
or
there are emulators for other consoles on there. Nothing with a joystick, obviously.
yeah.
And like the
But all
only
the,
real
like,
proper
DS
support is for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and Game Gear. There is like a
Mm.
SNES emulator, but it doesn't have save states for that stuff. It's really made for Game Boy. So if you want like a generic emulator, don't get it.
Okay, yeah, this one has like joysticks and everything on it too, so if it like it can play.
Oh yeah, dude, it's got dual triggers on each
Yeah,
finger.
it's got dual triggers on each fingers, two joysticks, a D-pad, AX, BY, you know.
So can it run N64?
I don't know if it can run N64, but that's not really what I'm getting it for, because as long as I can play, you know, the base Pokemon games, that's really all I give a shit about
Well,
on
then
it.
there you go.
So, yeah. But yeah, this, I think on AliExpress it was showing up at like 35. This one I'm looking at is on Temu. It's like almost $50. So I mean, it's not super crazy. And I definitely want it, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it just yet. I gotta practice delayed gratification.
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
Mhm. Can't be me. For sure.
Yeah, same.
That's wild. That's wild.
Gotta
Uh,
live in the here and the now, man.
I've already bought whatever you're talking about.
Did you actually?
No.
Oh, I
that
mean,
would have been funny though. Be like, I've already bought it.
You could have fooled me. You definitely could have fooled me.
I
Oh
said
man,
whatever you're talking about. I don't even know what it's called.
it's called a R36S.
There's too many games I already don't play. I don't need to be able to play old games.
Yeah, my one problem with stuff like that is that having every game instantly available to me like that makes me want
Makes
to
me
play
not wanna play
nothing.
them.
Yeah, it makes me want to
Yeah.
play and it's so stupid because it's so convenient. It's so easy.
See,
It's right
that's-
there. It's portable as hell. And I don't
That's
want
why
it.
it's
like
that's why it's so great for me is because I don't care. I'm getting it specifically like for specific games. So like I don't really care about any other games. Like after I finish playing, Pokemon to my heart's content, I might look around and be like, oh, do they have Earthbound on here? Or oh, do they have?
Do they have
Yeah,
Earthbound on here?
I'm blanking on other games that I would love to play, but like just go around and look at other games and see, you know.
Mhm.
But the whole reason I want to get it is for Pokemon. So
Yeah, I've got a couple. Actually, I think a coworker of mine has a very similar device to that. He showed it to me. It looks kind of like it. I'm not sure if it was exactly that exact thing, but it's a very, very
yeah,
similar idea. And he was using it to play like Pokemon ROM hacks, based
okay.
on the GBA games. So
Dude, one of my coworkers has um, it's like on her phone. It's a modded. I think she's playing Pearl. I want to say. I think it's either Pearl or Diamond. But she's playing like a modded randomizer on her phone, like on her Android phone. And I was very curious how she got that because it seems very cool.
I mean, there was emulators
But
for Android.
yeah,
I've had a Game Boy Advance emulator available on my phone since high school. I've basically never used it because I'm one of those people that really cares about authenticity. But
yeah,
When Android phone definitely does not give
as
you on.
especially as I've gotten older and I have more money to spend on stupid shit like this. But like when I was in high
yeah,
school and I didn't have money and I also didn't really care that much, it was great. I loved playing Harvest Moon on my phone.
yeah.
It makes it so easy. Okay.
See, I remember you playing high school. I remember you playing Harvest Moon in high school, but it was mostly on your laptop.
Yeah, I played it on my laptop too.
Yeah, because y'all were still there when they had the shitty school laptops that actually were way better than what me and Cooper got stuck with.
Yeah, no, the stupid iPads.
Because we got fucking iPads and they turned the entire school into iPad kids.
No,
No, for real.
like when we were in high school, we didn't have. They gave us laptops for 8th and ninth, and then they removed it for high school. You went back to pen and
Oh,
paper, unless you
Oh,
had your own
I thought
laptop.
they, I thought they
I
kept
don't think
the
they let you have the
No, you've
laptops
laptops.
only had
for
it
high
for
school.
junior. It was only junior high. It was so
Which
That's
makes
stupid.
crazy.
even
Okay,
less
then
crazy.
never mind. We had the same situation except we just gained iPad kid privileges in high school.
Yeah, apparently.
I
I
guess I
mean,
said, I don't really gain much from being an iPad kid, but
I tried using my laptop for school a couple times in high school, and everybody looked at me weird, and a lot of teachers didn't like it. So I just
That was
said
the
fuck it.
bigger
yeah.
thing is teachers did not like it in
Yeah.
high school when people had laptops.
Um, but I
Yeah,
started
it
doing
didn't
it
matter if
again
you were
anyway
actually doing
senior
work.
year because Stardew Valley came out, and I met my first true love. And I was like, "Fuck it, I'm bringing my laptop. I can't, I can't stand to
I
be
thought your
away."
first true love would be Super Mario World.
You need the screen time.
Super Mario World, I don't know, maybe it would be, but
Mm.
I was never like so
As addicted as
consumingly
you.
addicted to Super Mario World because I always had
Yeah,
it my entire life.
true.
I
Stardew, I
guess it
guess.
wasn't my first true love. It was my first real extreme addiction game.
Or hyper focus.
Yeah. Anyway, download station game of the week is Inscription. This game has been out for a little over a year now. Uh, I brought this up way earlier in the year, but we saved it for October because it's kind of a spooky game. And I'm so excited that we actually remembered and followed through and get to talk about it. This game is amazing. If you have not played, you definitely should.
Fun.
Oh
I
yeah, it
couldn't
is
beat the
fun.
Prospector though.
I
I
made
did
it.
all the puzzles. I couldn't beat them. I just kept getting unlucky with the cards.
Yeah, I mean, I died probably a half dozen times on the card section, um, just from trial and error and bad luck and stuff.
Bad draws.
I made a good card. I made a no summon 5 uh
Damn.
damage card but it didn't give it to me on the next round.
Yeah, that's always
And I
how it
was
goes.
so mad.
That's always how it goes.
I wanted that card.
My go-to strategy, especially in Casey's mod, because I already fully finished the normal game, so basically, if I'm playing Inscription, I'm gonna be playing Casey's mod. But my go-to strategy in there is always to go with the bug starter deck, and then you rush to get mantises and mantis gods as quick as you can, and you basically just win the game. It's
I
so easy to win with mantises and mantis gods. They're completely overpowered.
had Mantis God with Touch of Death.
Ooh, that's nice too.
Yeah.
I usually
and I
go
lost.
for more um attack and health, like more damage and health over
Yeah.
the touch of death or like other combat related um sigils. But the sigil that is like completely underrated sigil is if you go to the sacrifice altar and you sacrifice the black goat to the black cat, and then you can have a triple blood sacrifice that you can sacrifice over and over again every single turn. It's great.
Yeah, I remember getting the squirrel head on the undying body from
Hmm.
the whatever creepy lady, and
Mhm.
just being able to like put squirrels out and sacrifice them and immediately have them go back to your hand and just
That
be
was
able to
also a
abuse that
very good
loop.
one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was usually what or that's what
Yeah,
I
that
ended up
is.
falling onto is like if I could get the squirrel head on that undying totem or whatever and just have the
Mhm.
squirrels not ever die really, it was so useful. I could just put whatever I
Yeah.
want down.
Yeah, dude. That if you get lucky enough to get that cheese, then you basically win the game automatically. It's so powerful to just have unlimited squirrels.
Mhm.
Because then I mean, you can just keep on drawing anything but squirrels, and you're always gonna have
Monsters.
everything you need in order to just
Yeah,
continuously.
Mhm.
it's good. The sound design is good. The atmosphere is fantastic. I think they do a great job
Especially
with
for
that.
Oh
Halloween.
yeah, I love the sound design too. That's
Yeah,
a good point, Grant.
they
It's very
the
satisfying to play the game.
the art
All
style
the
is
all the
interesting.
mask is very interesting.
Yeah, the way like the environment changes so dramatically yet so subtly every time the person you're playing against changes character.
Mhm.
Uh
Yep.
Oh yeah.
and that also goes back into the sound design. Like as soon as you beat the prospector and you go to like the weird swamp fish place, everything turns blue and the music is slimy. And it's pretty fascinating how
My
they pull that
favorite
off.
fight in that game is the hunter or the trapper trader fight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he literally
That's
he you start out and it's the trapper and you're like, oh fuck, I've been talking to this guy the entire like first part of this run. Where the hell is what the hell is going on? And then after you beat him and the first candle goes out, because I'm pretty sure he's the first fight, isn't he?
no the
Or
first
is
The
he?
fight, the prospector.
prospector is the
He's
first fight.
third.
Okay.
He's third
Well,
because I made it to him. He beat me
yeah,
because I couldn't summon anything.
and you're going through your run, and then he like takes the mask off, and you flip it around. And for me, whenever he flips the mask, like it had never occurred to me before that point that the mask looked the same, and then they just flip the mask around, and I'm like, dude, that is so sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
That
just thinking back to the first time I played that.
that character that portrays all the characters is so interesting and well done. Lots of schizo energy, but
Mhm.
like really cares about the rules of the game.
Yeah.
He will
It's
not let me summon
intimidating.
something with, without anything down. Very annoying.
It's got that energy of like buckshot roulette. that is just like
Yeah.
you both know the rules and you're both so dedicated even when it gets weird. Like you can get the pliers as one of your emergency tools to yank teeth out of your mouth to put in a thing. Oh dude,
Yeah.
that makes
Oh, dude,
I
those
hate
are.
dental pain
It,
is such a trigger for me, dude. When I first did that, I hated it. Like
I
ugh,
hated
I
it, but
actively
it's
cringe.
also so cool.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
I hated it, but for the right reasons. Like it's
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
this it makes it feel so real even though it's just
See,
a stupid
I
card
think
game.
I did both. I don't like the effects from the eye, but I think the tooth one had the worst sound, had like the better sound effects for making it
Yeah, this
so
that sound is what
uncomfortable.
got me. It's not just the idea, but like when like the
Yeah.
actual
The fact that it
action you
actually
take when you
sounds like
have
you're
to do
breaking a
it.
tooth. Yeah.
And like you get so
Yeah.
into it and you're like, I have no other option. I have to yank my tooth. Ugh, dude, the first time I had to do that,
Mhm.
it's I
Having
hated that.
It. Yeah. It makes me
we
cringe very hard when I hear that sound. But it's also like sometimes it's the only option you have in order to survive.
I sacrificed the eyeball uh against uh whatever. I was fighting the prospector and I was losing initially because I
Oh,
couldn't.
you stabbed your eye. You had to stab your eye out.
I had to stab the eye out.
Dude, that one also is really not comfortable.
It's just so squishy sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's really a perfect October game. It's got gore,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
got horror, it's got psychological torment,
And a mystery.
it's got a mystery, it's got the atmosphere. It's
'Cause
all around. It's just a great game.
I had uh when I died to the trapper, the cards were starting to look like people. So
Oh yeah, the cards talk to you. Speaking of the
Yeah,
cards
yeah,
yeah.
acting
three of the
like
The
cards
people.
talk
stoat,
to you.
Yeah,
the
the
And they
stoat
stoat
talks
and
to you,
the bug
and
thingy, the beetle.
bug,
yeah, yeah.
beetle,
The
and
beetle, the
the
stuff, and the wolf that you get from
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and the
opening the
wolf.
And
clock.
as you start progressing in the story, they start looking more human.
Yeah, I kind of forgot
Ooh.
about that because I always play Casey mod, and it's been a minute since I last did the story. I I forgot about that, but that's a very cool part of the game as well.
Yeah.
It
Also,
adds to the mystery and
having
psychological.
to stab out your eye to progress the story.
Yeah.
The puzzles are pretty good. The whole mechanic of being able to get up and walk around the room and
Yeah.
Solve things.
I
Agreed.
I like
The 4 little
the
boxes.
it's like a bunch of riddles. And
Mhm.
the cards help you out somewhat, but like a lot of it you just have to deduce yourself, and they're not too hard, but some of them take a little patience to get the hint you need or whatever. It's yeah, this game's awesome. It was at the Game Awards last year, right? I don't think it won anything, but it was there.
I think it was there.
I think it was
That
there,
sounds
but
right.
Daniel Mullins won the game design award for Inscription.
Good.
Oh wow, deserved actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
one of my favorite things about going through the first time I played that game is every time you die and he goes and takes your picture and traps you in the card, and then later you can find your own card is such a cool part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean I love that aspect of it. It's super cool.
Uh oh, okay. So it was the 2021 nominee for Best Indie Game and Best Sim Strategy Game. And it won the 2022 BAFTA Game Award for Game Design. And BAFTA is like the UK version of the Game Awards.
Gotcha.
It was also a nominee for Best Game and Best Original Property. But it did win Game Design. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a great game. Like I said, if you haven't played it, definitely need to give it a shot. It's a great for this month. It's pretty cheap. It's available on whatever platform you prefer. 10 out of 10.
Indeed, very good.
I only got to play a little bit of it, but it was really fun. Like the bit I played. And then Cameron said I was doing too bad and took over. So
He placed one of the cards down in a way that would not defend me.
Cameron didn't tell me how to play, and I was running on his save, so I was just trying to figure it out. And then he got mad that I didn't know how to play the game. So
This is why Cooper
did-
doesn't know anything.
literally, bro.
Yeah, y'all don't tell him how to play and you just give him shit, and then whenever he fucks up because you don't tell him how to do anything, you just fucking yoink it back from him.
You understand?
Please understand.
Correct.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
All right, on to the
Do we
tidbits.
though? Do we?
Yes.
Sakurai quoted saying, "No masterpiece has bad audio." He's right.
No, he's cooking with that one.
I want to say I read recently, or maybe we talked about it. He's almost done with his YouTube series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week.
We did see that. It was. I think it was in the news, wasn't it? You put it in the sheet.
I thought so. I don't know if I did or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. Yeah, no masterpiece has bad audio. I remember that. Music is a fantastic way to make people happy. So.
Not just music though, just sound design. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, I say music. I mean like your ears.
True.
Like music and sounds have been shown to make people with dementia remember things that they haven't remembered.
Yeah, dude, that's
Ever.
one of the coolest studies I've ever read
Yeah.
about.
That's how
is
powerful that
people
stuff
with,
is.
Yeah, people with dementia and Alzheimer's listening to music that they listened to in their childhood, and it brings back like childhood memories. It's
I saw a video
such
of a guy that
cool study.
barely could remember anything really. And they played
Yeah.
some music from his like teenage years, and he started like snapping and could sing. He remembered the lyrics. He could sing them. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's super cool. It's very devastating to think about, especially because I had a very close family member that passed away due to complications with Alzheimer's. But it's such a cool study that there are ways that you can not cure but temporarily abate the symptoms of memory loss by just listening to music that was important to that person.
Oh, that's sick.
Is a very cool study.
Yeah, and I found like as I've gotten older, and I say that relatively, I'm fucking 26, 27, somewhere around there. But like I'm starting to experience that phenomenon where you hear something and you get brought back to that place where you heard it before, like vividly
Yeah.
and just instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know why
get
I don't recall that
certain
as much
smells
when I
like
was
that.
younger, but like now when I hear Stardew Valley's opening theme song, I get drawn back to 2015. I can remember everything about playing it back then.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like when I
I hear a
hear
lot of
Auburn fanfare marching band music, like the university, I can go back to listening to that stuff in the car with my mom on the way to like Auburn games or whatever, going to tailgates when I was younger and stuff. It's so
Yeah. I
I
fascinating.
hear a
how that
lot of
works.
our the music they play over the stadium, and that will drag me back to marching band in high
Yeah.
school.
I
Yeah.
definitely get like certain sounds and music will like draw me back places, but I get a lot of things with like certain smells remind
Smells
me
do it
very
too, yeah.
vividly.
Smells,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
smells remind me very vividly of different places and times within my life,
Yeah.
and immediately like pulls me back to wherever.
It's so weird how that works. Now,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
only video games could make smells.
True.
Yeah, 4D baby.
Mm, you and I play a lot of horror games, Grant. I don't know if I want to smell the sewers in Resident
Yeah,
Evil.
what does the baker's household smell like?
Oh God!
Oh, boy.
Especially when you wake up You're at the kitchen with all
Yeah,
the
you're at the
rotting
dinner
food.
table.
Delicious.
True.
Little Big Planet 3 PS4 and Little Big Planet DLC on the PlayStation Store will be removed on October 31st.
Dang,
Insert
can't
joke
buy all
about
the
Little Big Planet
DLC.
3 being remastered soon.
dude. Literally, there's
I-
like 4
There's
billion
too
DLC
much
for the game.
DLC. I can't buy it all. It would bankrupt me. And I'm
Oh, no,
not
the Little Big
declaring
Planet is like one of
bankruptcy
the
over Little Big Planet DLC.
I got
Little
the
Big
disc.
Planet is one of those
boy.
games that I can remember
You ain't taking away from me
very
nothing.
vividly in my childhood as like a game that I played a crap ton of. So
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I kind of like Little Big Planet.
Yeah, it's good. Actually, I'm glad
There-
this made me turn around and check because I was like, I think I read this earlier today, and I was like, I think I have a copy of that game, but I'm not sure. Good to know I do. Aha, physical
I'm
wins
wondering-
again.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should buy a physical copy because once it gets pulled, I see.
Physical skyrocketing.
It's gonna spike up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad mine's the PlayStation Hits version because I know it's not going to be worth as much as the original print, but oh well. I have one.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
I used to have a original print. I don't anymore,
Dang.
but I used to.
It's getting
Astro
pulled for song licensing, I believe.
checks out. Yeah, yeah, they did use pop songs.
Mm-hmm.
Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, top Golden Joystick Award nominees.
Yeah,
Well deserved.
good for both
go.
of them.
Super Nintendo World Hollywood is going to have Christmas decor.
Interesting.
Huge.
Victory Heat Rally is getting delayed on Switch. That makes me so mad, dude. Okay, I watch a YouTube channel called My Life in Gaming. It's a fantastic YouTube channel. I think it's the best gaming YouTube channel that exists. And they do a weekly stream on Sunday nights where they play some random game. And I don't always watch, but I tune in. They'll be playing and talking about some kind of whatever video game hardware is on their mind. And this time when I tuned in, I actually tuned in this week, and he showed Victory Heat Rally and was raving and ranting about how good it was, because it's basically like Arcade Racer meets Mario Kart, but it's made with a lot of love, and it's pretty genuine pixel art. It looks great. The mechanics are super fun.
That's awesome.
And also, like, it runs natively at a resolution that you could reasonably get to work on a CRT. Like, that's how much effort was put into the pixel art. And I saw that, and I was like, okay, I'm in. It's an indie game. What is it? And I looked it up. It's like $16. So in.
Ooh.
And I saw it was on PC and Switch, and I was like, perfect. This is a Switch game for me for sure. And it got delayed on Switch. Man, I was so excited to buy that
dude.
game, and now it's only on PC. But I'm definitely keeping an eye on it. They said it's not far behind. I'm definitely gonna get this on Switch when it comes out. Yeah,
Is it? Oh, sorry. Is it like online multiplayer too, or is it just?
I'm actually not sure. I think so.
Yo. Potential not collector's corner. Potential game of the week.
Yeah. Let's see. No, it is single player.
Dang.
It is multiplayer. It's local multiplayer though. It's not online multiplayer, but there is 4-player split screen.
Okay. Grant roll
Who
up.
wants to drive 4 hours to Grand?
No,
There-
Grant's coming down this weekend. We just have to be able to play it.
You know what?
They
True.
gotta drop it on Switch like right now.
There is
they're
a little bit
delaying
of
it.
horny. fair warning. Basically, all of the
What?
women have big boobs, small waist, thick thigh kind of anime look. All of them. Like it's not. They're not even. There's no shame. So a little warning there. But other than that, it seems very respectable.
Looks pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, huge.
I'm so mad this isn't out on Switch yet. And
No,
fun
sure.
enough, it is from Platonic Games, who are the people that made Ukulele.
Oh.
But it's an original IP.
Mm,
Another original IP. I also found they are making a game called Cattle Country that they described as Stardew Valley meets I think like Red Dead Redemption. And the pics, it looks so up my alley. Platonic's starting to hit some real bangers for me. Anyway,
I don't know
should
much of-
pay. I really, really should pay attention to my StormwindGames email. They sent an email about this 5 days ago saying there were press kits available.
Platonic for
Yeah. Victory Heat Rally.
Dude.
You could have gotten a press kit.
I
You
could have
got-
gotten a
dude,
press
literally,
kit.
bro.
You
Read
still might be able to.
Literally, like rule number 1, bro, is read your email daily.
Yeah, I mean, Victory Heat Rally is kind of a sleeper. It's picking up steam very fast, though. People are starting to really pick up that this game is a banger.
Someone put it on a CRT. I'm
Yep.
trying to put. Google. I hate Discord's limit now. It messes with me. Okay, I posted the picture.
Yeah, see what I mean about the horny? This is a good example image. But also the pixel art is so well done that it works on a CRT. And that definitely takes some
yeah, that's
effort.
definitely horny.
Yeah. Great pixel art. Definitely.
Not, I
horny.
mean, not as much as some games, but
Oh,
Yeah, luckily that's not what you see. Most of the game is about the actual racing. It's not
Yeah.
porn, but it is horny.
Mhm.
I mean, you think about anything associated with like actually racing though, and it kind of it does kind of evoke that.
Yeah, true. Cruising USA on the
Big Booba
N64
anime.
has girls in like one-piece swimsuits FMV'd screenshot waving flags around. It's pretty blatant. They've been doing this for a
Yeah.
long time. Let's see.
You can tell what they.
Halo third person mode revealed, I guess, or gets a look and also shows off what Halo could look like in Unreal Engine 5.
Nobody.
Why would
here
anyone want to play
cares.
Halo in third person though?
That's
That does
what I
not sound
questioned
enjoyable
when I
to me.
saw that announcement. I'm like, that sounds painful.
Yeah.
Man.
It does not sound enjoyable.
This is making me realize that Halo Infinite fell off the map, dude.
Yep.
Where did Halo Infinite go? That game is
Well,
so
'cause
dead.
People kind of like the multiplayer
PvP was
campaign, but
okay.
they really hated the story.
Didn't they
I would
also
say the
screw up
PvP
the
in Halo
multiplayer after
Infinite
a
was
little bit?
okay.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
say so.
The whatever
That's like
battle
what-
pass BS they did.
Yeah, that's what caused it to fall off.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Dang.
Is Bungie still making Halo?
No, Bungie is now a
didn't think so.
PlayStation developer.
Okay, it was like 133, but now it's Halo Team. Or whatever they've renamed themselves to. It
Yeah,
has Halo.
Bungie
in
made
the
Halo
name.
3 and said we're done, and Microsoft said no, you got to keep making it. So then they were like, okay, we're going to PlayStation now. Bye. And it hasn't been the same since.
Dang.
I'm trying.
Nintendo Switch gets a new firmware update, and it's just stability improvements.
It was 343 Studios, correct? And now they've recently. This is very recent. been renamed Halo Studio.
Interesting.
Because it's all they do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That tracks now.
Let's see. Yeah, Switch update. Nobody cares. Stable, dude. How stable can
So true.
firmware get?
Did the guy who data mines the update say what actually in the
Actually
update?
happened.
I haven't seen anything about it.
I didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see nothing, but
Let's see. Who's the guy? Stability.
While he's looking for that, first local mystery gift for Pokemon Home is available in Japan during your birthday month. Gives you a
Yeah,
Tandem Mouse.
Tandem Mouse if you go to a Pokemon Center. 4.5 years, according to Therapy, and they finally implemented it.
That's kind of impressive.
no, for real.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they even bothered.
Me too, for real.
All right, let's see. Pretty much every system component has been updated. This is normal for major update as the entire OS is rebuilt with the new SKD. It'll probably take a bit more for the smarter than me to investigate exact changes. Okay, so even he doesn't know what changed.
It sounds like he
In
said like
the-
it's all been kind of recompiled, so they're just gonna take a minute.
For you.
San Diego Zoo cross Pikmin. I think we talked about this last week. At least mentioned that it was happening. Similar to the Animal Crossing cross aquariums Nintendo's been doing. The event gave participants a printed out map of scavenger hotspots, a Pikmin field guide, which is a small booklet meant to introduce people to the series with info and activities, a bookmark with a 4-panel Pikmin comic, and a pen.
Cameron
Yeah.
is jealous.
I'm so jealous. They should bring it over to. I don't actually know where the nearest proper zoo is. Bring it over to DAC. Screw it. Yeah, work with Disney. It'll be funny.
Oh, you could probably
Yeah,
order
work
it all
with
off
work with
eBay
Disney while
everybody-
they actively make a Super Nintendo theme park for Universal.
Down the street.
Literally.
Yeah. Yes.
Probably not that expensive on eBay.
Let's see. Astrobot's 87 song soundtrack is now available on streaming platforms. I don't think I'd ever
Holy
listen to the
crap.
Astrobot soundtrack, but
Yeah, I don't know.
If
If
that's-
But that's kind of cool, though.
You don't want to
Yeah,
listen.
I'm glad they
to
offer that though.
I really don't. But you know what? If that's your thing, I'm not gonna hate you for it.
Nah.
Mhm.
I was say that's still kind of cool.
The one song
No,
in the
for real,
game I
it's better-
know the name of, so when I went with.
You know, Alex wants it.
Yeah,
Mr. Mr. Astrobot addict over there.
no, literally. Like, for me, like it's not for me personally, but like it's better than Nintendo not dropping any of their music at all.
That's also true.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to listen to Mario Galaxy, you have to buy Mario 3D All Stars used, and if you pirate it, I'm gonna kill you. And you have to open up 3D All Stars and open up the sound player and play it on your Switch. How dare you try to listen to
Try
it through
anything
any
else.
other means?
Literally, bro.
Yeah, you
Hey.
heathen.
Yeah, harlot.
Don't forget that they added that like offline mode for Smash Bros, so you could listen to music on your Switch on the go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
thanks.
thing was so funny. Oh my gosh. I forgot about that. Dude, they just a little bit silly. That's
No,
all.
for real.
Silly little guy.
What silly little Switch people?
Sony delists the original Horizon Zero Dawn on PC and forces a PlayStation Network requirement for the remaster. There it
Let's
is.
go.
There it
Yeah,
is.
Yeah.
That's what we were
Sony
all
shooting
waiting
themselves
for.
in the foot once
Not
again, baby.
surprised.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Happens way too often.
No, for real.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I think they just love getting toes shot off.
Why do they
What do you
force that? What benefit does Sony get? Data collection? That has to be it, right?
It's gotta be.
Probably
It
it's
is
got to be
data
data collection.
collection.
Otherwise, they're it literally shoots themselves in the foot every single time because they know that it drives sales down.
No, literally.
It's not enough sales driven down because most people don't care, and they changed it from the complaints last time, so they just didn't sell it in the regions that they don't have PlayStation Network in.
We're gonna fix this problem.
They just region locked it.
That's wild.
What a very Sony thing to do.
No,
So true.
literally.
How very Sony of them.
Starfield Shattered Space drops to mostly negative reviews on Steam. Yikes.
Let's go.
Starfield. You will never be good, apparently.
I think my favorite
We
thing
already
I've
knew
seen
this.
from it is there's a YouTuber who's very defensive of Starfield, and even he's like, not good.
Let's see.
Like $30 for like a couple hours of things. Very
Yeah.
expensive for what you get.
Starfield and now Shattered Space feels like a game made by a bunch of retired in place managers doing the bare minimum to meet requirements, directing a bunch of outsourced labor to create the most mediocre product possible. It's an incredibly
Let's
lazy game
go.
all around.
Wow.
Thank you, Todd Howard.
Lazy and mediocre, guys. Come on.
It was so bland and boring, I actually got depressed playing it.
That's
A story about idiots written by idiots. What the fuck were you guys doing for a year?
not just one, several.
TLDR, avoid it. Nice.
Good
Huge.
stuff.
Okay, so in order to switch up our segments, we're not fully retiring the old but still interesting tidbits, but we feel like that a lot of weeks we struggle to get good stuff to talk about, so we're gonna mix it up. Sometimes we'll still do old but still interesting tidbits, but we're also gonna mix it up with a new segment that we're gonna call Onion of the Week, which is basically just meme articles, a couple to laugh at. So here's the opening Onion of the Week. Diddy Kong has officially submitted a name change application.
That's crazy. Not my boy.
Yeah, poor Diddy Kong,
Do
dude.
you
That's
blame
unfortunate.
him, though?
Yes, bro. Diddy. Look, P Diddy can't ruin Diddy Kong.
Well, Diddy Kong says otherwise.
Yeah, I know Diddy Kong.
And Nintendo's profits are up 31% after lawsuits.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, a couple nice oniony articles. Thank you, Hard Drive Mag, for those. Hard Drive is so funny, dude. I love them.
Probably where we'll get most of our future articles.
On to the rumors. Nintendo Switch 2 is rumored to be revealed by October 21st.
I read this rumor. It's so fake.
Yeah, this is baseless and blue-pilled. A lot of people were like, reveal on October 10th because Nintendo made a tweet about Mario and Luigi brothership with a gif of Luigi landing on his face, and they said 10/10 landing, like 10 out of 10 landing, and they're all like, October 10th, Switch 2? So,
Bruh.
Oh, people
That's
are
crazy.
so stupid.
If I was Nintendo, I would just keep posting shit like that.
I mean, even if it is gonna happen before 2025, which is pretty unlikely, I don't think they're gonna release it like that. They're not gonna say the date like that. That's dumb.
No, they want to be able to hype it up, but at the same time, they, unlike the Wii U, they don't want to ruin the holiday season.
yeah, why
True.
would you make a Switch bundle for the holiday season? I mean, I know it's just the Mario Kart bundle, like it's nothing new or special.
But like,
But you think
Why
they
would
wouldn't offer a
you-
bundle at all?
if they were gonna just go, well, here's our new console, I guess.
But then again, I mean, who knows what their strategy is with this? The Switch 2 might just be a Switch Pro. We don't know. Like, so they might keep, there's a good chance they'll keep offering the Switch for sale for, I mean, hell, they kept the 3DS alive for way too long.
That's
So,
Luigi's Mansion getting ported to 3DS instead of Switch.
yeah, so, I mean, the
That's
Switch
'cause
could
I'd
stay
like to
alive
work
for
with them.
another good, 3 years post this, at
I
least
don't think it
officially
will be
supported.
that long, unless the Switch 2 bombs.
Okay, we know the Switch is gonna
Yeah.
survive longer than that, but
Well, I think it's just like there's no reason to cut off the Switch so quickly because now the Switch can easily pivot for Nintendo from the platform to budget platform. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
There is though. They don't want it to be like a DS to DSi upgrade where people weren't buying the DSi because the games weren't sold. There were exclusive features for the DSi, but the games could be played on the DS.
yeah, true, but the games didn't run like shit on the DS and run good on the DSi. I think the promise here is that the Switch 2 will actually run these games correctly.
You would hope.
yeah.
I don't think so.
I think that's the assumption.
And like I'm sure the Switch will get phased out eventually for the Switch 2, but like at least for now, for like a year, you can say let's keep the Switch alive, and if you still want a Switch and don't have one yet, or you want one for a kid or something, it's a good entry point for the Switch. And
What do you
then
mean? I want-
Nintendo's got you, and then they can convince you to get the Switch 2 in a couple years. Now that you've started to build your Switch library.
What do you mean?
But
I
the
need the
annoying
Switch
thing is
2 to
still, to
fail so
me,
that I can get back
That
Nintendo
they're gonna make games
Select.
for the Switch 2 that you can't run on the Switch, which is gonna be annoying because
Yeah, I know,
I
but
don't
the
really
thing
want to
is,
spend
like,
the money on a Switch 2.
you get a Switch, you
annoying,
get
that's-
Switch games, and then you want the Switch 2 more because you want the Switch 2 games, and you can still play your Switch 1 games on them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to get a Switch 2 because I know for a fact there's going to be Zelda and Mario on Switch 2 that I am going to play because I love Zelda and Mario. And though I don't really care about much else that the Switch 2 is probably going to have out, I want to play Zelda and Mario.
I would like to play Age
So-
of Calamity. I would love to finish that game without vomiting.
Mm.
That's the only thing I think about when
Yeah.
I think about the
See, I
Switch 2
mentioned
is
that
like,
to
I want
Cameron
30
recently.
FPS Age of Calamity. That's all I want.
I was like, Grant's really harping on Echoes of Wisdom, but I think of Age of Calamity as the worst playing Switch
Yeah,
game.
Echoes of Wisdom
and
is
the
not
way, like,
does not compare.
but like the way you've harped on Echoes of Wisdom is like,
Well,
there's
to
a
be
huge-
honest, it was pretty bad. But I figured out
I
that it was
beat in
the
a
screen. It
game.
was the screen
It-
or the game close, like the sleep mode
The game
issue.
not.
oh, you did sleep mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I figured that out, it
He
got a
left
lot
it on too
better.
long.
Okay.
Wait, what's up with the
Yeah,
sleep mode for it?
There are certain games, Echoes
you-
of Wisdom is one.
Link's
where it
Awakening is.
does-
It seems like that engine that they use.
Gresco apparently does is the problem then.
Yeah, if you put the console into sleep mode with the game open, and then you
Yeah.
go back into the game directly, it's gonna run worse for some reason compared to if
Interesting.
you
So you
had
have to like
closed
fully shut
the
down.
game. You don't have to shut down the system. You just have to close out of the game and boot it up fresh,
Yeah,
and
I
it works
I
fine.
have
Which
a
explains our
theory on that.
difference in running it because
You
Mhm.
when I
your
would play Link's
microphone
Awakening
did
and
not let you
Echoes
say
of
a single bit
Wisdom.
of what you were trying to say, Grant.
That's bad.
Interesting.
Oh.
The rest of us got it. It's how Resco is apparently running their games. If
Probably
you're
just me then.
not completely closing out the game and just sleep mode, it's just running it worse when you
I
boot
got
it
you.
back in.
So I have a theory on that because there's certain games, like Tricky Towers, that if you play them on the Switch, they don't freeze at all when you press the home menu. So I'm wondering if somewhere in their engine there's a leak while it's in home menu that's just drastically decreasing the performance of the game. Like somewhere
Maybe.
between, because
Yeah.
obviously, done implemented correctly, it's supposed to just freeze the whole game as is, just save data essentially.
Hmm.
But then on the other side, you have Tricky Towers and games like that where there's no freeze at all because they didn't want to implement it. It feels like somewhere in the middle is where this engine's major issue is.
Yeah, it's missing
Like,
something that it would require a debug environment that Nintendo would not allow anybody access to, and they
Yeah.
obviously don't care enough to figure out what it is. Anyway, speaking of
if
Switch 2 rumors, Unreal Engine 5 is going to work on it. That's what gives me hope about Age of Calamity. Please God, if we can run Unreal Engine 5, we can.
If they could just be like, hey, on Switch 2, there's an upgrade patch to Age of Calamity, and it just lock it at 30, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Seriously.
just fix it.
Yeah, just give me the Switch 2. I mean, like the Switch form factor has been the main reason I haven't gotten a Steam Deck. It's way more affordable and it's way more compact. But man, the performance is really starting to bug me.
And the Steam Deck looks so nice.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind
I would
the Steam
love to be
Deck.
able to play my Steam games other than just at my computer.
Like I wouldn't mind the size
Yeah.
of the Steam Deck or anything like that. It's just like Nintendo's ecosystem is quite elegant, and I'm heavily invested at this point. I would like to not have to buy a bunch of games on PC now. So like,
Right.
give me the Switch 2. Let's get past this performance crap, so I can stop complaining about it and be in love with my Switch as much as I was in 2017. God of War Greek Saga remastered is in the works. Remastered again?
Did they? No, they remastered the first and third one?
Yeah, I guess it's not the whole trilogy. I know there's God of War 3
And it was
remastered.
first and third on. I don't know. Was it PS3 only? 3 got a remaster. I know that.
3's
and
on
it is
PS4. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. I was looking at the other games. I don't think that. Anyways, supposedly with this rumor, they're remaking the first 3, and then the 2 spinoffs for the PlayStation portables.
Okay. That'd be cool.
So the collection will have 5 games, which that's exciting.
Yes.
Since they were like, we don't need to put Golden Abyss in the Uncharted collection.
We'll try
I guess
it later.
there's way more PS God of War spin-offs than I thought. I don't know which one specifically this one's gonna have. But I know it's the first 3, and at least 2 of them is what I've seen.
Tango was working on Hi-Fi Rush 2 and the Evil Within Anniversary content before being shut down by Xbox. Well, I guess we'll never see that again.
No, we'll see the Hi-Fi Rush stuff. They got bought, remember?
Oh yeah, right.
But we won't see the Evil Within stuff because they couldn't buy that from Xbox.
Good. That can just keep rotting on the shelf. Great.
They wanted to. There's like an interview, but they were too scared of it falling apart if they asked for too much.
Yeah. All right. Finishing topic. What, in your opinion, what's the worst game of all time that you've played?
Ooh.
Worst game
I wasn't
of all
expecting
time
you
that I've
actually.
played.
Worst game.
All right.
Duck game.
Hey, I'm home. I can look at my
That's crazy.
collection for once.
I'll start us off. Ninja Bread Man
What
on
do
the Wii. I own that game. It is as bad as everybody says it is. It is trash garbage. And like it's not even bad enough to where you can laugh at it. There's no funny cutscenes. It's not like a Ride to Hell where you can laugh at the story and the cutscenes. It's just a shitty platformer all
It's just
around,
bad.
and that's it.
That's fair.
Worst
Oh, dude.
Looking.
Apex Legends.
Apex
okay.
is oh my god.
Got
To
him.
be fair, we put a lot of time into that, like
Yeah.
Apex.
I would take it all back if
Like-
I could.
It is Apex. Apex worst. That in Fortnite.
The game Apex in a vacuum was great. The community and the battle pass, the money ruined that.
True.
I'm trying to think. I don't, by trying to think, I mean I'm looking for a game that I dropped because it was just that
So
bad.
bad.
Like not, I don't want to be like, oh, well, Chibi Robo Ziplash. Like, in theory, that game could have been okay. My biggest issue with it was the stupid don't you have to finish every single level, but you have to do it according to the stupid spinner. Like, in theory, it worked. I'm not going to say it's a good game, but it certainly is not the worst game I've ever played. It's just
Cameron
not a
said,
good game.
definitely a game.
It is definitely a game. It's just not a good game, but it's not. It's also not the worst game I've ever played. Eh,
Go Vacation.
just
I
Go
think also,
Vacation.
yeah, dude, Go
That's-
Vacation's a
that's
rip-off sham
totally
and it
fair.
sucks.
On the Wii or GameCube, where it was more gifts than.
Alex, I think you might be a little too far from your laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he mostly buys games that he wants to play and that are probably going to be good. I want to say the Percy Jackson movie 3DS or DS game, but
Mm-hmm.
I finished that due to the fact that we had already bought it. It didn't. It was. I mean, it played like a classic RPG. It's not like it was terrible. It was insanely short, but it wasn't like terrible.
I could pick a licensed game, which probably will be my answer. I just don't
Licensed
like
games
it
are
being my
so
answer because it just feels like a cop out.
yeah.
It kind of does.
It's because it's so
I mean,
easy.
it's the worst.
Most
It's
of
the
them
worst
are
game
bad.
that you've played. It's not a cop out. If
Yeah.
the worst game you've played is
A
that,
licensed game.
I want to say I've played Pirates on the Wii, and I don't remember anything from that game other than it has the dice game where you like put your good dice under a cup. I
The
remember
worst
the
game.
game not being great though.
Oh, yeah.
I've also played the Pirates on GBA, so probably about the same. And Sorcerers of Prey. I own a lot of stupid movie tie-in games, Because I also own Sorcerer Apprentice on the DS, and that sucks.
I mean, movie tie-in games are just always kind of shitty. Like my worst game is also a movie tie-in game. It's the Kung Fu Panda, the movie game on the DS. Was atrociously bad.
I mean, I've
And I mean,
beaten a movie tie-in game. Well, it's a television show, and I know it's bad. The Fairly Odd Parents GameCube game. I don't even own it anymore. I know that's bad. Oh, we sold it.
That's crazy. I
Dude,
realize
That's
Fairly
how you
Oh
know
my
it's bad.
goodness.
If you guys sell a game, that must be worthless.
Oh my goodness, I got you. Ubisoft's Uno, bro. Because if you buy a different version than your friend, you can't play together. It's so dumb.
It's fucking Uno. What do you mean?
Every
you can't play
Ubisoft
together?
game I've ever played. Let's just say that.
literally.
No, Rayman Legends and Origins are good games.
Do those count as Ubisoft though? I
They
don't
are
know.
made by Ubisoft.
Were they real? That's crazy.
Okay, every Ubisoft game besides Rayman
Rayman
Legends.
Ones.
Or just Rayman games, yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
right.
the Rayman games are fun, but
Oh,
did y'all see the? Did y'all
Guys,
see the Instagram reel I sent?
Superstar.
Because that's the real
No, because
Ubisoft
it's
promise.
playable.
Did
Oh
y'all
wait,
see
wait,
the?
wait, guys. Oh
sticker
no,
store?
I know. No, so Sticker Stars. I mean, it's okay. It's not.
It's
It's
alright.
not a good Paper
It's
Mario game.
It's not a
bad,
good
but
Paper
you
Mario,
can
but it is
It's
a
not.
good
play
game.
I mean,
through
it's
the
not a
whole
good game.
thing.
It's not a good game, but like, it's probably not the worst game
It's
I've
not
ever
the
played.
it's not the worst. Like
I don't
you're
actually.
gonna
To
have
be
a good
fair,
time. You're gonna have a good
to be
time.
fair,
No,
Alex.
you're not, but
Alex told me it was
Never
so
mind, I
bad, so I
guess.
don't.
I
I don't
didn't
even know
play
how
it, so I'm
far I
just making
actually
it up
played
as I go
into it.
along.
The real answer is Steel Diver for Nintendo 3DS.
Dude,
you
that game
play it,
does
though?
suck. Yeah,
I
that
played
game
that.
does suck.
I
I don't know if that's the
so
worst game I've ever played, but I
it's
do have a
definite.
copy of it, and it is trash.
I also have it. I also have a copy of it. The thing is, I got this with my DS because they didn't have Pilot Wings Resort at GameStop when I bought this. Because I got one of the 3DS XLs near its launch. This fucking sucks. This is not a good game. Had to turn the camera back on and risk the Wi-Fi dropping to show you this fucking bullshit.
This
Look,
game sucks.
look, I didn't even take it out of the box. Like, I put it back in the box. All my other 3DS games, including Chibi Robo, exist in one of my game holders. It is
Not
so
Steel
bad.
Diver.
I put it back in the box.
it's Jumpstart for the Wii.
Jumpstart for Wii. Okay, Alex. My Wi-Fi signal was dropping.
I was gonna say I saw you starting to lag a little bit there, so
That's Cooper's
Yeah.
game, though. Cooper owns Jumpstart for the Wii.
oh really?
Yes.
Kind of hilarious.
That is kind of funny actually. I own Peak.
All right, any other final submissions here before we sign off?
I probably could have if I'd had more time to think about this. I probably do have the
Yeah.
real answer. It's probably something on PlayStation that I tried and just like played 5 minutes and dropped.
There's a lot of
trying-
things on PlayStation like that for me.
I feel like it's probably like there's probably something on PC that I
There's just a lot of game slog.
true.
Yeah, like just
I
trash.
feel like
yeah.
there's a decent chance it's on PC and it's something that I bought and then returned because it was that bad. Because I
Think-
know there's a game or two like that I bought on Steam.
I think
Madden
my bigger
NFL
thing is
20 on PC for me. I did that. I returned it after an hour because it was so buggy I couldn't play.
That's
That's
crazy.
kind of hilarious, actually.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah, I know. And
I'm trying
it's
to-
not that bad on consoles. They just disrespect the PC version so hard.
I know there's games I've like
too, for
not liked. I'm just trying to think if there's any game I just went, this was so bad I hated playing every minute. Like
There's
Scott
like
with
literally no enjoyment. you'll get
Chibi
out of
Ro-
it,
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Scott with Chibi
Ninja
Robo.
Bread Man for me, for real. Like I like memeing on all these games, but really Ninja Bread Man is the absolute
The
horrible.
worst game
Just-
you
yeah,
Oh,
it's just so bad.
I don't remember caring for Lethal League. I'm looking through my playlist. I don't remember caring for Lethal League. And it says my playtime's only 30 minutes. That
Ouch.
that checks
Hmm.
out. I think I got it to play with people, and I don't remember liking it. Because I think it's one of those. I'm looking at the screenshots. It's like one of those fighters they were doing, like the Smash style fighter. Yeah, it even has the fucking uh game like designed on Smash style. I just I just don't care for platform fighters if they aren't Smash.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
I didn't like what's it called?
I don't know.
Beast Party or
But
whatever.
even there, I just don't really think that I like fighters that much unless I'm playing with friends. It doesn't really matter if it's platform
Yeah.
or 2D whatever, or the
Yeah, I can play
standard
Smash by
fighter.
myself if it's like a campaign kind of thing. I won't boot it up outside of that instance, but like even like Pokken tournament, I couldn't get into.
Yeah.
I
Fair.
I got into it enough to record it some, but it's I mean on the Wii U I didn't even get Shadow Mewtwo like unlocked.
Oh, I got it. I don't like, and I own this game, and I hate it. Oh, sir, the insult simulator. I was gifted it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
haven't played it in 7 years.
that's fair.
And I didn't. That's probably the worst game I've played.
That's just a boring game. Because
Yeah.
only like 2 people can play at a time. Everyone else has to watch.
All right, well, that's going to wrap the show up here for us this week. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you get your podcast, you can find us. Add us on Twitter, Online Gamers with a K. What is the worst game of all time that you've ever played?
And why isn't it an Ubisoft game?
Yeah.
Wild.
Do you think that guy that's taking on Nintendo without a lawyer is going to win? Let us know.
No.
Well, yeah, why is it
No,
no?
you're not supposed to let us know.
We'll be back next week, as always, for more gaming news, talk, and discussion. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.